And welcome to the first edition of Jaguar Network, where we will be covering all Glen Allen athletics here live to you with live broadcasting and pregame and postgame interviews with players. Harrison, tonight's matchup with the Jaguars versus the Mavericks is going to be a good one. It's going to be a physical matchup down low. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about last week's matchup for the Jaguars against a very good LC Bird team, where eventually the Jaguars lost a tight one by 3 in the final seconds. It's kind of been a testament to the Jaguars season as they've lost leads late in the second half. So let's hope they can turn that around tonight.
Yeah, 100%. This is a complete flip from LC Bird. LC Bird, the smaller team, a faster team, not as great on defense, but quick on offense. They really tested the Jaguars' cardio. But I think this night's going to be a little different. Freeman comes in, returning a lot of players, a lot of great defensive guys. On their team, they just have Abram Skrinald, 6'5", but he likes to get in foul trouble. Really good down low, though. Coming through for the scoring, we got Drew Nunnally. He's running this offense. 14 points per game, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. What more can you ask of a player?
It's going to be a big matchup for junior Jack Bateman. I played volleyball with Jack earlier this year in the fall, and we won a state championship. It's going to be a battle for him all night down low with guys like Alex Blanchard, guys like Drew Nunnally for the Mavericks.
Yeah. Another name to throw in there, Bennett Friday. Sort of a wild card. Sophomore on varsity, 6'6", though. That big frame could really come into play tonight.
This Freeman team is pretty big. They definitely outsize our Jaguar team, but they play a 2-3 zone, which will be a good test for the Jaguar shooters like Farron Friend, like RJ Mickleberry. And we've talked to Coach Mann pregame. He praised RJ's shooting ability, and he wants him to shoot much more shots, really getting Farron less touches. Because let's face it, Farron has been our scoring option for 4 years, and he has a name on his back. So the Jaguars need to look at other guys like RJ Mickleberry, like Jackson Piquet, who need to finish the ball for the Jaguars tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Segueing into this, Freeman really going to be running that 2-3 defense. What are some ways we can stop that?
That 2-3 defense, I grew up watching Syracuse basketball with Jim Behan. But that 2-3, you want to get that ball around that free throw area with a flasher and then kick it out to a shooter on the wing, or you can even set a high ball screen on those top two in that zone and get the ball down low with a dump off to players like Jack Bateman or Jovan Johnson. This is going to be a good matchup for the Jaguars. We'll see y'all after this commercial break. Okay.
Don't get stopped.
back to Jaguar Network. We're going to get into our starting lineups for the matchups tonight. For your Glen Allen Jaguars, starting, we have Farron Friend, number 3, number 1, 6'4", junior. We have Jack Bateman, number 24, 6'8", center. We have Jovan Johnson, number 15, junior, he's 6'8". And we have Colby C, number 12, who's a senior. And we'll get back to
Some of our guys came out looking real fluid, you know. PK looked great, you know, like he could be a wild card in this game. Colby C, he was training him, you know, like his senior year hasn't gotten quite off the way that he wanted, but he's definitely looking good right now.
another guy, RJ Mickleberry. He's gonna be a huge wild card tonight. If he can make his first couple shots, I don't see him missing tonight really against this Freeman 2-3 zone.
High School. Welcome to tonight's second game of the varsity doubleheader, where they feature the boys' game.
We're currently observing the national anthem. We're going to go on a little break.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask that you please rise and leave your hats as we honor this bar.
Tip-off coming shortly here for the as your Jaguars take on the Mavericks. A light student section for the Mavericks right here. What do you think about that, Harrison? We've seen a light student section for the Jaguars as well.
Well, you know, as could be my personal opinion, I think the student section is always a game changer at every game. And I think a light student section hurts more than helps.
Farron Friend announces into the game. Number 3. Jackson PK comes in. Going to be a big night for him. He comes back into the starting lineup.
Here we go, Colby Senior, you know, like really looking to get that game under his senior belt.
My guy, Jack Bateman. Here
we
he
go,
comes.
come on, the beast.
Jovan Johnson on the bench. That's a question mark for us. We didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no, we expected him to be in the starting lineup wholeheartedly.
And for your Freeman Mavericks, Quentin Sullivan checks into the game, junior.
No surprise there.
No surprise there. Alex Blanchard, their guy, as he rolls a bowling ball into the Freeman student section. Here comes Abram Scrinell, a big piece for the Freeman team this year. And there's their guy, Drew Nunnally. A big battle for Jack Bateman down low. And here's Bennett Friday, the big man for Freeman. Chapin George, really a staple name in 804, really starting up here at Freeman. I mean, they're 7-0, Harrison. There's not much you can say there. They've been in some tight games, though.
This is a real test for both teams.
Yes, a huge test. Your Jaguars coming in 6-2, I believe. 2 losses.
7-2.
7-2, correct. And coming off a loss, so this will be a big bounce-back game at Freeman against an undefeated team. The Jaguars need this one under their belt.
Jaguars coming out of the huddle here, lining up for the tip-off. It looks like Jack Bateman's going to be taking that. No surprise there. Without Jovan in the game, I think Jack thought he was going to be taking that tip-off.
I do see him taking this tip. Jaguars in their black uniforms, Freeman in their classic white and blue. And we're ready for tip-off tonight here at Freeman High School. Freeman wins the tip outside to number 5, Alex Blanchard, as he takes the ball up, sets up that half-court offense. Guarded by RJ Mickleberry in their tight man-to-man defense. We'll see the Jaguars play a little 1-3-1 tonight as well. Farron guarding number 22 in the post. Skirnell misses. Big board by by 15 on Freeman. Good board by Farron Friend. That'll be Jaguars ball, sideline out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, like, already showing great signs of hustle from both teams, so.
That first possession will truly tell the story of the game tonight. Down low, big battles with Jack Bateman and number 22, Abram Skrinnel. Here goes PK running his set. Gets the ball to Colby C outside.
Colby kicks it to
RJ wide open in the corner. Just off. That's a good box out by Freeman as they get the board. Stolen by Mickleberry under the basket. Regains possession for the Jaguars. Farron Friend takes a deep three. Dang! Farron Friend for three. That's a good start for the Jaguars, right, Harrison?
There we go.
You love to see that for the Jaguars. First three ball
Three
going
for number
in.
3.
That's right. Farron Friend, right where he left off, really, as he's left off for 4 years here at Glen Allen. Handoff to, here's Bennett Friday in the post, working on Jack Bateman. Kicks it back out. That's a travel. Yes. Great defense by Jackson PK. Jaguars get a quick turnover. As Jack Bateman comes over, Coach Mann asking him a question. Yep. Sideline out of bounds, not on the baseline. As Mann calls out Iverson for the Jaguars to run. Jaguars set up in their horns offense. Gets the ball to Farron on the wing.
You know, it is early, but I think Mickleberry is going to be taking a lot of touches here coming off that inbound.
Yes. I think he's running the point for the Jaguars tonight, with Jackson PK having some early struggles this year. Struggling with that varsity come up after being on JV last year. He's seen some growing pains.
Really great press from the Jaguars, too. I mean, this is just a great man showing.
They double that. Trap incoming on the. That'll be the Jaguars ball.
There we go.
That's what you love to see from the Jaguars.
Can't
Another
complain
steal
there
for the Jaguars. That's Farron Friends talking to junior Jackson PK. He's sharing a little bit of his wisdom after being on the team for 4 years as he brings up the ball. Gets the ball to Jack Bateman at that high post. Kicks to Farron. PK in the corner, drives baseline. That's a wayward pass to RJ Mickleberry. That's what we've kind of seen from Jackson PK this year. A little bit of younger guy struggles.
Now running down the court, that was Quentin Sullivan. You know, like he could be a very, very important player. You know,
starting point guard for the Freeman Mavericks gets another steal. But the Jaguars recover.
Very quick, very agile. He could definitely be a difference maker.
As RJ brings the ball, we've seen 3 different players bring up the ball for the Jaguars tonight. And there's that Freeman student section, chanting defense. You love to see it. RJ's working his man. Here comes the double. That's great defense from Quentin Sullivan.
Quentin Sullivan, again, you know, like he looks like he's going to be that guy this game, you know?
As
Just
Alex
a great
Blanchard.
showing on defense both times.
Blanchard gives to Bennett Friday. Friday works his moves to Blanchard. Deep three by Blanchard.
Deep.
Just off.
Good.
Great rebound by Colby C. That's got to be a foul. I don't know.
No foul there. Number 22.
Abram Skrinnel. Abram Skrinnel. Your Jaguars lead 3-2. I'll update the scoreboard for you.
My colleagues updating that.
5 minutes to go left in the first quarter. Here's Colby C at the top of the key. Deep three by Farron. Bang!
Right in front of the student section.
Long threes for Farron.
Now,
that's how you set that against that defense.
That's how you set the tone in front of that student section.
As PK is picking up full court on Alex Blanchard, you love to see it.
Oh yeah, PK.
Makes him pick up his dribble. That's what you love to see.
5 on 5 too. What a great matchup.
Good trap by Jackson PK.
Yeah.
He gets a jump ball. You love to see that from the junior. Jackson PK gets stuck in.
Showing
Let's go.
that grit. You know, like he's really been a gritty player this season.
Yes. He's that kind of glue guy coming off the bench at moments, in the starting lineup at moments. He's that kind of guy man wants in there, fighting for rebounds, scrapping on defense. 6-2 for the Jaguars. I think at the ball to Jack Bateman. Kicks to Colby C. For a wide open 3. Just a bit off. Rebound by Farron Friend. As he goes up, that gets blocked out of bounds for a Glen Allen out of bounds play. Colby C to inbound, setting up that baseline inbound pass. Out to Jack Bateman on the wing. Gets it to PK at the top of the key. Gets the screen. Little midi for Jackson PK. Just misses back rim. That's a good rebound by Bennett Friday. Jack Bateman with the big jump ball.
Showing that big presence, you know.
Possession error goes to the Mavericks, but that's what you love to see. That's 3 jump balls already.
Showing that heart, showing that spirit on this Glen Allen offense and defense.
Got a foul on RJ Mickleberry. That's just a ticky-tacky foul. You can't really have that if you're RJ. Yeah, his man shakes his head, looks down the bench. You just hate hate to see that one.
Hate to see it.
RJ picking up full court as well.
Quentin taking the ball up.
Kicks to number 15, Drew Nunnally. Great defense by Colby C.
Farron takes
to
it.
RJ.
Sees RJ. RJ
Gets fouled.
fouled in traffic.
Gets up. Freeman Mavericks don't like that call as the student section boos. That's a great defensive possession again by the Jaguars.
Fans, are they?
As Jack Bateman checks out of the game for, oh nope, just talking to Coach Mann, sharing his wisdom from his playing days at William & Mary.
You know, great guy. You know, like he took over from Matt McKee in 2021. You know, like he's had a great showing since.
5th year here as RJ shoots for 2. Drains the first one. That's 7-2 Jaguars. Here's RJ to shoot his second free throw. Misses back. Rebound by number 22.
Jags up 7-2.
As Alex Blanchard brings the ball up, Jackson PK is continuing to pick up full court. You just love to see this tight man-to-man defense that the Jaguars have been playing all year. That's great work from PK, keeping him in front. Almost a steal by Farron. Here comes the double. Timeout by Chapin. You love to see that as the Jaguars getting that timeout, forcing the Freeman Mavericks just to. I mean, they haven't been able to bring the ball up.
No man,
they can't get in that half-court offense with this defense.
Defense is looking like a stone wall.
Definitely.
You know.
And we've seen this Freeman team playing some pretty low-scoring games, and that's really been their Achilles heel. Yes, they are a great defensive team, but where's that offense coming from?
You know, like that is the question, you know, because they have these breakout players, you know, we're putting up 14, 6, and 8, you know, like these guys are going off it, but this team taking that 30-second timeout. I mean, he is screaming at this team, telling them to get across the floor, fight, fight, fight. And that's what the Jaguars are simply doing better right now. They're fighting. They're in this game. They're taking it to this undefeated Freeman team, saying, no, this is not going to be another night where you guys win by 15 again. As Jackson PK guards us coming in. Number 10 for Freeman. Great and thorough checking in. Throw will not be allowed in after the timeout. Gets the ball into Friday. Blanchard works against Jackson PK. Gets the ball in that low post to Abram Skrinnell against Farron. Corner, no good
short
there.
Great rebound by Mickelberry. Here goes Jack Bateman flying in transition. That's a great take by Jack Bateman.
You know, like you love to see it early, you know? Like you don't want the weight to fall on him late.
Getting out from transition. That's what you love to see from Jack Bateman, running the floor as a big man. You just feed him. As Quentin Sullivan takes the ball up. Number 15 with it. With the mid-range. That's good. That's just unlucky for the Jaguars. Rebound didn't fall their way. 9-4.
You know,
Jaguars.
4-9, but there's still just what looks like no worry from the Jaguars.
No, pure domination. I mean, the defense is working. Offense is there. They're getting out in transition. As RJ drives, he gets fouled again. He'll shoot another 2. That's a great take by RJ. You love to see that. We talked to him in pregame. He said RJ is a big piece if Farron isn't scoring. And we've seen Farron score. He has 6 points already with this 9-4 lead. But RJ getting to the line, seeing that ball go through the hoop, it just gives him more confidence to shoot that 3 ball like Minton wants.
Couldn't agree more.
As RJ makes the first.
This Freeman student section not having much of an effect so far on this Jaguars team.
Yes, this Jaguar team looked composed in warm-ups, and they're coming out composed. As Jovan Johnson checks in the game for Colby C, Jaguars going to their big lineup with 2 big men in the game, Jovan Johnson, Jack Bateman. Great minutes from Colby C, though. Got some rebounds, got out in transition, just missed that 1-3, which you want to see fall, but it'll come for Colby. As RJ makes his second free throw, he's 3 for 4 from the line tonight. 11-4 Jaguars. Here goes Sullivan against PK. Matchup we'll see all night. Great defense by PK again. Another deflection. Jackson PK is simply running with this team. As Jovan works that low post against Drew Nunnally. Great defense by the Jaguars. Sullivan, open 3 for Thoreau. Just misses back rim. Rebound, falls to the Jaguars. We'll get a sideline out of bounds. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We'll
How much of a sweat from the Jaguars here?
No, definitely not. We'll update the timer next quarter. We forgot to hit the start button, but we'll have that for you guys next.
2 minutes and running.
Gets the ball to RJ in that high post. RJ takes a deep three. That's not really what you want to see from the Jaguars. He wasn't open,
Right
but
on defense, PK
I mean,
picking him up too.
You do like RJ shooting that ball though, like Min wants him. Min's kind of giving that green light. As PK and Farron, great defense. Gets the ball to Nunnally, misses the layup. Great rebound by Joven.
Taking it down, back to Farron.
Here goes Farron against Sullivan. Slows the game down, gets it to PK. PK driving in, kicks it to Joven. Joven for three. Misses. Rebound Sullivan. Joven.
Nickelback's picking up the press now. This is something that we haven't seen since the first minute of the game.
That shot by Johnson, you kind of want Joven in the paint. He's not much of a three-point shooter. I mean, yes, he can shoot, but you want Joven in that paint, working down low. As the Mavericks, Bennett Friday with 2 points.
Second time, though, that this Jaguars double team on ball hasn't paid off.
That Jaguars double is coming. Deep three by Farron. That's a bit of a heat check as he misses front rim. Here comes Abram Skrinnel working against Farron Friend. Gets that ball. That's a turnover. Straight to Joven Johnson. Here goes RJ working against Sullivan.
Able to shake him there.
Coach Chapin wanted a foul there. Here goes Johnson working in that. And one for Joe. Oh! Ref calls a travel. That's unfortunate for the Jaguars.
One too many steps. It's just unfortunate.
I mean, that's a great move by Joven.
Going through traffic, it's hard to track him too.
Like we said a minute ago, we want Joven in that paint, and he got to the paint there with just an unlucky travel right there. That's what you like to see from the Jaguars, though, if you're Coach Mann. Here goes Farron against Skrinnel. Sullivan working against PK. Bennett Friday posting Jack Bateman. Wants the ball. Sullivan doesn't see him. Ooh, foul on Jackson PK there. With 20 seconds remaining.
To happen. I mean, the full court press all quarter long. I mean, he was just putting the pounds on.
Baseline out of bounds for the Mavericks.
It's going to be Thoreau on the inbound.
I bet you they try to find a shooter here. They get the ball to Drew Nunnally. Yep, Thoreau in the corner. Dang.
Mavericks cutting that deficit from 5.
2-point game now for the Jaguars. They were up big. Now, like we said this season, the Jaguars have been losing leads. Let's see if they can keep their foot on the gas pedal. Take by RJ, just misses. And that's the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter, folks.
As the Jaguars lead 11-9.
The Jaguars defensively.
Defensively, a big battle down low. Jaguars picking up full court on that on-ball pest. Not letting Quentin Sullivan bring that ball up with any ease.
No, not at all.
Really just making everything difficult for the Mavericks. What do you want to see from the Jaguars offensively? There's been a bit of a struggle at times.
You know, looking from the outside in, like it looks like a lot of going inside, you know? Like they haven't really been able to find an outside shot, and I think that is hurting them right now.
Definitely.
Not being able to find that outside shot.
Farron with 2 quick threes to begin, and then it felt like the Jaguars couldn't buy a shot from outside the arc. What do you want to see from the guys like RJ Mickelberry and Colby C?
Well, I mean, RJ getting to the line, you know, going 50% from them. It really shows if we're going to get to the line, we're going to make them.
Right.
You know, really intimidating this Freeman defense, saying you can't foul us. You know, like you can't hack us down low.
With our big men Joven and Jack, I think that'll cause some troubles for this Freeman team as they're playing in that zone. I think if the Jaguars can just find the gaps in that zone, find our men down low, it'll be unstoppable.
Yeah. All right, coming into the second quarter.
Starting lineup for the Jaguars minus Colby C coming out for Joven.
Nope.
Yes, Jackson PK stays in for the Jaguars along with RJ Mickelberry, Farron Friend.
Looks like
Jack
the identical
Bateman
lineup that left us at the end of the quarter.
Yes. Same lineup for the Mavericks as well. 9-11. RJ Mickelberry to inbound the ball at half court.
Looks like the ball's going to Farron. No surprise there. The start of that first quarter, it looked like Farron was getting a lot of off-ball looks, but
now he's on the ball. I don't know if I hate this move from Coach Mann, trying to get Farron on that ball.
We're just playing in a
corner to PK.
Right now,
PK drives baseline.
We are.
That's great defense by the Mavericks. It'll stay with the Jaguars though on the baseline.
Ball does go our way though. So
Need someone to inbound, Jaguars. Looks like
Both
RJ
coaches showing great emotion to him, you know.
really into it on this Tuesday night here at Freeman High School. Gets Farron off the screen. Jack Bateman top of the key. Gets it to Joven. See if Joven can work his guy on this ISO. Gets it to BK.
Joven on Skrinnel. You know, like that's a matchup that we want to see all night long. Joven on Skrinnel. And vice versa.
RJ drives. Gets doubled. Tripled even. Wow, works out of that double team. That looks like a jump ball for the Jaguars. Great defense by the Mavericks, though. Jaguars couldn't really work their offense as they wanted.
I mean, no surprise there. I mean, like, it's Freeman team, great on defense, showing a lot of heart, showing a lot of attitude, you know.
Yeah.
Just no surprise there. I mean,
Quentin Sullivan takes the ball up.
looks like Mickleberry's going to be picking him up.
Yeah, Mickleberry's waiting until half court to pick up. Jaguars might be a little tired after that long first quarter. PK on the mismatch. Skrinnel working on PK. Skrinnel misses that bunny. Kicks to Blanchard. Quentin Sullivan, top of the key. Works the mid-range. Air balls, nothing.
No good, amigo. Hasta la vista.
As Jabari Harris, number 0, checks in for Jack Bateman. Jabari Harris, we saw him on the football field this year on Friday nights.
We definitely did.
Can you just talk a little bit about his game, how that translates to the basketball court?
You know, very athletic character, you know.
Definitely.
A lot of those skills from playing that receiver, that secondary role on defense when playing football, really transferring well onto the court. He's quick on his feet. He's quick thinking, you know. Like
He can finish with both hands, too, as well. He's a great finisher.
For much more out of this guy.
As Barry works against that great and throw 2-3 zone, gets the ball to
PK.
Alex. Oh, that's a foul.
PK
right?
bumped in the air. Jump ball.
Blanchard bodies PK
Blanchard
out of the
gets
way.
it.
We're gonna get another jump ball here. Whoa.
Great heart for this Freeman team.
Little scrappy from Alex Blanchard and Jackson PK. You love to see it.
Student section really getting into
Student
it
section
now.
loves it. We love this. Little scrappy West End basketball. You love to see it. It'll stay with the Jaguars. Possession arrow. I mean, that defense by Alex Blanchard, he's been praised all season as Freeman's guy. RJ gets the ball to Barry Harris. RJ calls out a play. Gets the ball to PK on that dribble handoff. Here comes a screen from Joven. Great take by PK. Finds Barry wide open in the corner.
No.
Air balls. PK with the rebound. Love to see it. Jackson PK, student of the game. PK picking up full court.
Man, I like
Yeah,
this.
clapping in Blanchard's face. Let's go. You love to see it from Jackson.
That's taking stabs.
Jackson PK, let's go.
Just sort of needling at this
Yes.
guy, you know?
Not letting him stay. Blanchard working against RJ Mickleberry. Gets in that paint, as we've seen him do all season long. Works on that mid-post, just misses the fadeaway jumper. Here
Looks
comes
like
Jabari
Freeman's
Harris
quick
pushing
on
it.
defense.
Pushing the pace. Jabari Harris takes into the paint, kicks to RJ. RJ to Joven, to Farron. Great ball move from the Jags. Dang! Another 3 for Farron Friend.
There we go.
Farron Friend, another 3. That's 3 for him. He's got 9 points here against the Mavericks tonight. Jackson PK still picking up Alex Blanchard full court. Makes him picks up his dribble. That's really well done from Jackson PK.
Find the ball in the middle.
Skrinnel just misses that layup.
Even without
Great rebound by Joven, diving on the floor.
great heart from this squad.
Farron gets a tip.
Tossing it up. PK.
Jackson PK in transition. Great take. That's a foul.
Yeah, PK.
Great work from
Yeah,
Jackson PK.
PK.
As it gets a little scrappy. Alex Blanchard,
Even without
He
Freeman,
fouled
this
hard
team
there.
is showing great signs defensively down low.
Definitely. This small ball lineup for the Jaguars seems to be working really
Jaguars
well.
going to be up 16-9 going to 2 shots.
As the Freeman student section chants hit the weight room to Jackson PK, little do they know, he's been in the weight room all year, putting on almost 10 pounds of pure muscle. I see him at the YMCA almost every single night. Great work from Jackson PK. As he drains his first free throw.
This student section really leading into that yelling right as the shot leaves to the hands.
I don't know how I feel about that, Harrison. I really don't. As
No,
Alex
it feels
Blanchard checks out the game for
unsportsmanlike,
Quentin
you know?
Sullivan.
It feels unsportsmanlike, but if you're not pushing the rules, then you're not trying hard enough.
Right, that's right. Let's see if PK can knock down a second free throw. As he,
Oh, no good. Toilet bowl.
unlucky miss for Jackson PK. Jaguars shooting it.
Picking him up,
shooting
though,
it
right
about,
after the miss,
about 50%
picking up on
from the
Quentin.
line tonight. That might be an issue. Jackson PK on Sullivan. Great defense. Here, Barry Harris almost with the steal on third row.
I mean, just a great showing from these small guards. I mean,
Here's-
picking them up the second they get the ball.
Definitely.
Not giving them a
Great steal by Farron. Oh,
Great poke.
Skrinnel
Finding the corner.
Skrinnel recovers. Great in throw. Gets it to Friday in that high post. Skrinnel working against RJ. Great move. Oh, misses badly.
Farron got the ball. Looks
Farron
like
slowing
we're all one
the game
here.
down. That's a foul on Skrinnel. Timeout by Coach Mann. Mann wants to talk about it. I mean, great effort from the Jaguars coming out of that second half or second
Great effort
quarter.
for both teams. I mean, looking at the
Jaguars haven't let off a point yet.
But Freeman is fighting every single possession. I mean, on every loose ball, every jump ball, Freeman is there and Freeman is in there. You know, a really tough showing for these Jags.
Jaguars open out the second quarter with a 6-0 run. That could be an issue for Freeman because they've been in these low-score games all year, and they really thrive off staying in tight games with teams down the stretch.
Yeah, and you know, coming out of this timeout, you know, Farron has seen a lot of looks this year. You know, like what does that look like in the future? Do you think we're going to keep giving the ball to Farron, or do you think we're going to really try to create those off-ball looks that really pester those defenses?
I mean, obviously, Farron, one of the best players in the state, really. All Metro last year, all region, all state. I mean, he's been a 4-year varsity player with the Jaguars, and recently, a couple weeks ago, broke the Glen Allen scoring record. And that's just a testament to his name. He's always been a scorer.
Scoring, he also leads in assists.
He does lead his team in assists this year, which is really a quiet part about his game. He gets his teammates involved, but the Jaguars, if they want to go deep this year, they need to find scoring outside of Farron, and that'll be a big test tonight against this very good defensive Freeman Mavericks team.
Agree more.
As Colby C checks in the game for Jackson PK.
I'd love to see Colby in the game. You know, four-year player. You know,
3-year athlete here at Glen Allen this year. Golf and baseball. Committed to Hampton-Sydney recently for baseball. Congratulations, Colby. We're proud of you, man. Deep 3 by Farron.
Contested 3.
Toilet bowl out. That's a good look though for Farron. I like that shot.
Joven showing great looks down low. You know, chasing those boards, initiating that contact, not giving up when the ball doesn't go his way.
And Timmy Dowdy checking in for the game for the Freeman Mavericks. Sophomore, 5'11". Guarded by Farron. That's great defense by Farron Friend. As we get a foul on RJ Mickleberry, a little toss-up against Quentin Sullivan.
Looks like a bit of a flop from Sullivan.
We've seen some chippiness tonight, Harrison, with that Blanchard foul and Jackson PK.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, this game is chippy. This game's back and forth.
Definitely. Great throw to inbound the ball for the Mavericks. Here's Sullivan setting up that offense. Guarded by Jabari Harris. Hassan White checking in for RJ Mickleberry. Hassan White, that's kind of a defensive player who's going to guard your best player. Hassan White has shown a lot of improvement from last year, coming off the bench, but he's been scoring a lot.
And the mid-range not falling. Colby, great rebound too.
Great board by Colby. Here comes Farron. Let's see if the Jaguars can move in transition with this fast team. Here goes Hassan. Gets it back to Farron. Moves it to Bari. Bari Harris working against Sullivan. That's a steal by Quentin Sullivan. As he finishes the layup.
Not a great look.
And that's where Bari Harris has struggled this year a little bit. With those growing pains, first year on varsity. Again, coming off that football season, hasn't gotten a lot of looks with that basketball team. As Farron takes a mid-range, just misses.
Wow. Bari getting up there, trying to get that rebound, not going to fall.
Over the back foul on Jabari Harris. It'll be going the other way for the Freeman Mavericks. As Farron misses another shot, you almost wonder if you want a better look there for the Jaguars instead of that mid-range from Farron.
The student section has gotten real chippy, you know. They're waving bye-bye to Bari as he moves to the bench. Who are they putting in for him?
Landon Cooper checks in for the Jaguars.
Blue guy.
Landon Cooper, as Jack Bateman heads to the scorer's table.
It's like Bateman's coming in. Who do you think he's coming in for?
I assume Colby, but we'll see. As Skrinnel works
down low.
Farron finds him. I thought that was great defense by Farron Friend, but the referees see a foul, and as we know, the referees are always right. So the Mavericks will shoot too with Abram Skrinnel. First shot from Skrinnel.
3 minutes on the clock following his free throws.
Skrinnel makes the first one. 17-12 for your Jaguars. Jack Bateman checks in for Joven Johnson. Second shot coming for Skrinnel. The Mavericks came out of that timeout with a little fire, Harrison, after that slow start to the second quarter. Here's Skrinnel's second shot. Misses back rim. Rebound, though, to Quentin Sullivan. Gets it back to Skrinnel. Double team with Hassan. Great move by Skrinnel. My goodness.
What did we say? Abram Skrinnel gonna be the wild card this
Abram
game.
Skrinnel Jr.
Oh my.
Farron,
Chippiness on defense misses the tip.
Just
Farron, no
misses.
good.
You like that shot though. Wide open look for your best player. You're always going to take that look. As Sullivan brings the ball up the court. Could tie the game for the Mavericks here, which is, quite frankly, shouldn't happen for the Jaguars after how they've been playing all year. As the Mavericks chanting, "We want 0." Barry Harris will come back into this game. Don't you worry, Freeman student section. Great rebound by Colby C. Pushing the pace. Gets it to Farron. That's a bad pass by Colby C.
Ball gets down to Thoreau.
3-on-1 for the Mavericks. They pull it out smartly. That's well done by Quentin Sullivan. Kicks it to Skrinnel, working against Farron.
I mean, just another great matchup. Skrinnel and Farron.
Definitely.
Two good players for their teams.
Great rebound. Here's Sullivan.
High, different look that we've seen this game.
High ball screen by Friday. Great defense by Hassan on Sullivan. Here's number 23, Timmy Dowdy. And here goes Skrinnel working on Farron. Just missed. Great rebound by Colby C. Another wayward pass from Colby, almost stolen again.
Coming down to our last 90 seconds here.
Gets the ball to Bateman, back to Farron in the corner. Bateman posts up his man. Give him the ball, Farron.
Farron, baseline look. He's going to kick it.
Corner to Landon Cooper. Bang! Off the backboard from the corner. That is something you don't see. Great shot by Landon Cooper. Hassan picking up full court. Great defense, Hassan. Let's
All
go.
94 feet for this Jaguars team.
As Landon Cooper stumbles. Friday with the 2-point.
No surprise there. Friday, a great presence inside New York.
Definitely. As your Jaguars lead 20-16 with a minute remaining in the second half, or the second quarter. Goodness. Here's Farron working with that high ball screen with Bateman. That'll come out to a Jaguars inbound. Number 20 checking in for Freeman. Kyle Clements Jr.
Hassan coming out.
Hassan coming out for.
Looks like PK has a bandage on his right.
Yes, PK got
Right
that
elbow.
That could be a story for this game. Kicks the ball to Farron, wide open in the corner.
Farron.
Just missed.
Starting up this game hot, sort of a heat check coming into the second half.
Definitely. Farron's
Closing in
down.
closing in on 30 seconds here.
Here's Skrinnel working against Farron. Skrinnel gets it to go.
I mean,
20-18.
what can this guy do? I mean, Farron's going to take it.
Skrinnel's been working against Farron Friend. That's been a great matchup tonight.
If I'm the Jaguars here, I'm going to take my time and lead into the half with the lead.
Farron chucks up a bad shot. Great rebound by Colby C. as he gets fouled.
Colby C., I know you mentioned three-sport athlete, but he's a great three-sport athlete.
Definitely.
Playing golf, baseball, and as we see now, basketball.
See if he can knock these free throws down with 14 seconds remaining in the first half.
Should be no problem here.
A true shooter, Colby C. with 27 points last year in Silent Night against that deep run team across town. You love to see it. Colby's first shot. Just short. I mean, could that Freeman student section be the difference tonight with that loud yelling before each free throw?
Question.
It's Colby's second shot. Colby misses back rim.
0 for 2.
You need those free throws if you're the Glen Allen Jaguars going into the second half.
Freeman with a chance to come into the half with a lead.
8 seconds to go. Jaguars working to Thoreau. And who else? Skrinnel. With 2 seconds left. Great defense by the Jags. And that'll end your first half. 20-18 Jaguars. And we'll be going to break. We'll see y'all in the second half. Welcome back to Jaguar Network Jaguars. Your Jaguars are leading 20-18 against the Freeman Mavericks. Harrison, what did you see in that first half that really stood out for you?
Well, I mean, looking at this first half, I think the first thing that stands out is the defense from both teams.
Definitely.
Not giving any room. Sometimes it has come to bite them.
Definitely.
The Mavericks, a similar but different story. The defense,
I'm picking up full court, getting a little injury. We see a bandage on his arm. Could that have been the Alex Blanchard foul? I mean, it's been chippy so far. You love to see it.
Very good chance.
But this defensive matchup is really what you love to see. Jaguars have been playing great defensively, and so have the Mavericks, to be fair. Farron has missed a few shots, which was expected, but man, I bet you right now he's pushing that on other people other than Farron to knock down shots in big moments for the Jaguars.
I mean, also coming into this half, Abram Scrennel, first quarter not making much of an impact, but this second quarter.
I think he has 8 points in that second quarter for the Mavericks. They were running their offense through him each time, going at Farron Friend. Could that be a little bit of a game plan for Coach George at Freeman, trying to get Farron into foul trouble, make him sit so he can't score on offense?
I think that's a great idea from both teams, trying to put these big guys in foul trouble, because a lot of the specialty from both of these teams come from the size.
Definitely.
These bigger players being able to do everything, space the floor, get a rebound, score on their own. But, coming out of this half, I think it's going to be a dominant show from the Jaguars.
Definitely. I think if the Jaguars continue that pounding defense they've been playing and just knock the ball down a little bit more, we've seen them miss a couple free throws. That's expected, but just they're missing a couple open looks, which you hope to see go away in the second half here for the Jaguars.
And with this, Jaguars coming out of the locker room here,
looking a little lackadaisical, if I do say so myself. Laughing. It's not really what you want to see.
I have no idea what that word means, so I'm gonna need you to explain that to me.
Coming out a little flat.
Flat?
You're hoping to see a little more fight, but we'll see in a couple minutes here with the Jaguars.
This Freeman team
begin
not
to
yet
warm up
leaving
again.
the locker room. They're probably gonna soak up that whole halftime.
Coach George, yeah.
I mean, Coach George. I mean, this slow offense.
A bunch of turnovers for that Freeman Mavericks
Low and
team
slow
as well.
offense. A lot of these points coming from inside the arc.
Definitely.
Which is definitely different because Glen has been trying to get a lot of shots, but just can't
Outside,
buy one.
yeah. No. Really Farron, the only one knocking down a big three. Yeah. Threes in that first
Freeman
half.
just now leaving the locker room. I mean, a lot of guys on this Freeman roster yet to get involved. Coming off the bench, we've seen Thoreau. Who's 23?
We saw Timmy Dowdy come on.
Timmy Dowdy
didn't knock down a shot, but he really ran the offense well. I think he got a couple steals in there.
Yeah, and I believe he got assists too. So not a bad showing as a sophomore.
No.
Coming in, playing one of the best teams in the West End.
Definitely. As Coach Mann and his coaching staff come in, sit down. What's the game plan for the second half of the Jaguars?
If you're the Jaguars, you got to change something. The whole narrative this season, second half hasn't been your half. What do you do to change that? That is a lot of these games coming down to the second half. Jaguars going in with the lead, keeping it, and then just slowly slowing down, and the other team taking advantage of that.
Keeping that foot on the gas pedal is really what the Jaguars need. Coming out strong in the second half, getting up to build that big lead is something that could really help this Jaguars team. We need guys like Farron Friend to knock down some big shots, RJ Mickleberry as well, and Colby C. We really hope to see him kind of get the jitters out. He's kind of, what do the baseball players call it? The yips? The yips. He might have the yips behind the line right now. Just seeing that first three-pointer going, hopefully that'll do him
maybe
some
a
good.
Soto shuffle can switch some things up for this man.
Jabari Harris with a decent first half.
It looks like players taking free throws. Not a bad guess if you're going out. This Freeman team is chippy down low, really pestering and needling your guys. And eventually, when you get that foul, your guys better be ready to shoot that free throw.
Jack Bateman shooting three-pointers in warm-ups. I'm not so sure how to feel about that.
Jack, out of the half, I would expect a guy like Colby C to be shooting free throws, but not really getting that look.
Definitely.
All
right, we'll see you guys at the start of the second half in about a minute and a half.
All right, coming back into this second half. Looks like Freeman starts the
Three-pointer.
Freeman first time taking the lead this game.
Yeah, 21-20 Freeman. Coming out of the half very well. That's what you like to see for Coach George. As they get the ball to Joven.
Bateman outside, you know, like we didn't see that look a lot in the first half, did we? PK Gunning.
Offensive screen. Or offensive foul on
No,
Jack
it doesn't
Bateman.
count. I like how PK went up, took the shot, and got
Definitely.
That's what you want, you know? Like, you want a guy that is comfortable from the line, not fearing it.
Jack Bateman still complaining to the referees after that foul. Let's see some defense for the Jaguars here.
Jack Bateman asking a lot of questions here, you know? It really makes me think, what is going on that we are not seeing?
Here's RJ picking up Sullivan full court. Strinell. Good backdoor cut by Blanchard. Just didn't see him. Here's Blanchard at the top of the key. Big three. Just misses.
No good.
Great rebound by Jack Bateman. Yes, sir, big man. Let's
Fighting
go.
through two people.
This Farron friend brings up
That
the ball.
looked to be Drew Nunnally and Bennett Friday.
Open three for Farron. Just misses. Great rebound by
Come on,
Joven
Joven.
down low. Finds RJ in the mid post. Brings it back out. He's going to take. Ooh. Great move by Joven. Or RJ, excuse me. Makes that mid-range jumper.
2 points, RJ Hickenberry.
As your Jaguars now lead 22-21. Jaguars bench getting into it. Channing defense. Great defense by Mickelberry. Gets a steal.
Down court, a lot of momentum here for this Jaguars defense.
Finds Farron.
You know, these
Farron working on
Mavericks get
Strinell.
back quick, nothing we haven't seen in the first half here. Joven with a move,
great
gets the
move.
basket.
Oh, just missed the rebound by Jackson PK. One of the unlikely guys down low getting that rebound, but
You know, like, you wouldn't
he put it
expect
right
it.
out. Timeout for the Mavericks. Jackson PK, have a day, kid. It's a pretty good name, Jackson, isn't it?
Great name.
Timeout by Coach Chapin, screaming into his boys again. That's not what you want to see. Shortest guy on the floor getting a rebound, putting it back up for 2 points. What you see out of that second half, Harrison?
You know, these first few minutes of this second half, similar but different to the first. You know, both teams coming out wanting to score. Nothing different from the first half in that aspect. But on defense, I mean, these teams look so much grittier. You know, like we spoke about that in the first half, and somehow they look even grittier. You know, like they look ready to come in and fight for every rebound, every loose ball, every jump ball. You know,
It's just a scrappy game. Scrappy West End basketball. You love to see it.
love to see it.
Freeman Mavericks coming out the timeout. Same starting five on the floor. Coach Mann still talking to his team.
What's the title of the school?
It's Harwell's Huddle. Jaguars pressing full court yet again. Really making it difficult for Sullivan.
Mickelberry picking him up. Like this look a lot. Abram
Great
fighting
defense.
through traffic.
That's going to be offensive foul.
Coming Glen Allen's way.
Great work. Great defense by the Glen Allen Jaguars. Freeman student section doesn't like that call.
Here we go.
Farron
outside, gonna lose the ball.
Somehow that
Taking it
works.
through.
Good layup by
Dang,
Farron.
boy.
That's a great layup. Farron Friend shifting the paint. As Strinell dribbles the ball up for the Mavericks, we see Joven on him. That's a change. Farron was guarding Strinell.
Joven on
You like this
Strinell, the matchup that we've been waiting to see.
Strinell gets the best of him there.
Not only is the best of Joven, but Jack Bateman as well.
Jack Bateman needs the help there. Here comes Farron working on Strinell. Farron loses his dribble. Stolen by the Mavericks. Sullivan. Here he goes. Great defense recovery by Jackson PK. Oh, they call it foul. Foul on Jackson
getting in people's faces. Coming out of football season, a lot of these student sections, they're not as full, but they bring the same amount of energy and attitude to every game.
And we're inside. Football is outside. It can be less loud, but this packed gym can really get loud.
Packed gym, it just echoes. It just echoes with passion.
3 for Skrinnel. Bang!
Oh my drainer!
Tie game. 26-26.
Tie game. 5 minutes left in this quarter.
Here comes RJ working on.
Come on, RJ.
Gets the ball to Bateman, top of the key.
Bateman almost spaced the floor up top.
Here goes Joven working on Blanchard.
No good.
That's
and
out of
Freeman
bounds.
defense. Just
Freeman
showing
defense.
Work. I mean, collapsing on that guy when he comes to the paint.
Great run for that Freeman defense. 2 turnovers in a row for them. That's huge coming out of that timeout.
It's just awesome if you're Freeman.
As Coach George calls a play for Sullivan. Blows by RJ.
Clinton
puts it up. Just misses.
No good. The ball. Freeman away.
Rebound will stay with the Mavericks. Baseline out of bounds.
Here.
PK organizing that defense. Blanchard
looking
around.
A lot of Maverick energy in this building.
Wow, great pass by Blanchard. That's stolen by Jackson PK.
PK gets a hand on it. No good. No good.
Jack Bateman grabs it. Still on the floor.
Sullivan with the heart. Heart of a lion on the court there with Sullivan.
We're going to have another jump ball. Referee talking to Jackson PK. Still talking to the referees. Jaguars huddle up, talk about it. And Colby C's checking into the game for Joven. The ball will go to the Glen Allen Jaguars. Possession arrow stays. As Farron will bring the ball up the court. We've seen a lot of hard from PK tonight. Farron works, kicks it to Colby in the corner. Great pump fake. Gets that floater. Oh, just falls.
Oh, come on. Come on, Colby.
Rebound, Colby. Stolen.
Oh, good. Loose hands, loose hands.
Here's Quentin Sullivan.
There we go, PK.
PK
lock
lock
on
him up.
defense.
Farron guarding Blanchard. Farron took his headband off. That's something you don't often see. Farron always has that white headband on. Here goes RJ guarding Skrinnel. Skrinnel working against RJ. Deep pull. Air balls that
A
mid
little
range.
overshot there.
Get a rebound, Jaguars. Well done.
Here we go, Colby.
Jackson PK slows the game down for the Jaguars. Bringing the ball up. Gets it to Farron. Farron calling a play. Working on Skrinnel. In the top of that zone. Farron unhappy. PK deep 3. Just misses. And that's not really the look you want from the Jaguars. A Jackson PK deep 3. As the Freeman Mavericks still want Jabari Harris come off that bench.
Oh my
Blanchard
God,
working on
staring
PK.
him down.
Bennett Friday for 3. Just misses.
Good.
Rebound by Farron.
Stolen
by Nunnally.
Skrinnel. I mean, just
Layup by Skrinnel. Timeout, Coach Manton. Great work by Skrinnel there, getting that steal. That could be seen as lazy from Farron, not fully grabbing that rebound, but
a collapse from that Glen Allen offense. I mean, on defense, honestly, you could say both sides of the ball, just a collapse from both teams.
For sure. Great response by the Mavericks, though, coming out of that half.
Full of energy. I mean,
look at Coach George getting into his team on that bench right now. He's loving it.
Almost like Ted Lasso with that mustache, getting all up in their faces.
I mean, this Freeman team's showing a lot of heart tonight against this Glen Allen team. I mean, Manton's getting into RJ right now. Get a stop, get a rebound. This Jaguar team, if they secure that rebound and get out, that should be the key tonight. That should be the key for the rest of this quarter with 3 minutes remaining.
And it really
fully
should
grab
be,
that rebound and get out in transition.
It really
that's where the success has been tonight.
Let me get into my notes here. I think that would be a great time to compare and contrast. What we thought was going to happen versus what is happening.
Definitely. As Farron brings the ball up. Let's see what set Coach Manton has cooking for the Jaguars.
I mean, what we thought, Bateman going to be a role player not really having that presence this game as we anticipated. Also, Blanchard, their best guy.
Blanchard. It's really been the Abram Skrinnel story tonight, though. As Colby C just missed that layup. Another offensive rebound by Jackson PK. Jump ball. That'll go Freeman's way. That's a great offensive possession. We got a good look with Colby C. And a great offensive rebound by Jackson
These
PK.
notes are just on the dot. I mean, this Freeman team is physical. You know, one of Glen Allen's most physical matchups all year.
Hassan White checks in.
Just like what we predicted, this match is a dogfight. I mean, both of these teams awesome, full of energy.
Blanchard working against PK.
Ready to play ball. You know, some of our
Switches on Skrinnel. Great move by Skrinnel. Kicks it to Blanchard for 3.
Colby gets a hand up over Mr. C.
Freeman running away with it. Big 3. Farron takes a mid-range.
I'm looking at,
Great rebound by Colby C. That's a foul.
You know, on this foul, I'm comparing our pregame questions to our in-game outcome. And one of our big questions was this matchup is going to be a big physical matchup.
And it sure has been.
Yes, Manson. Do you want to give us Manson's response?
Yeah, Man said it's going to be a dogfight down low with guys like Jack Bateman and Alex Blanchard, and it really has. That's Hassan gets it.
There we go.
2 points. That's what you love to see.
No, and I think
plug and play guy off the bench.
Jack Bateman, big presence down low, but not being the role player we anticipated.
He's working on the glass, but he really hasn't been that offensive presence like we predicted.
Been at Friday almost. Presence down low, but not making the air.
Here's Friday.
We say that. Friday over Bateman.
Friday.
Oh my God.
Curse right there. 33-28 Freeman.
Scrambled on friend. This could be a great showing.
Here goes Farron working that ISO.
Inside,
Kicks it to Hassan. Hassan works on his guy. Good take by Hassan. Kicks it to Farron in the mid-range. Just misses. Great rebound by Colby C.
There we go, Colby.
And that's what you do if you're Colby C. Shot's not falling, go get a rebound.
Way to reset with PK too. Finding.
That's a foul, yep.
There we go.
Great work by Colby C on that possession. Foul on 15.
This
Drew
game has
Nunnally.
been chippy, and it's been a good while since a foul was called.
Yeah.
I just think
They need a break. They need a break. Drew Nunnally picks up his second foul. Jackson PK still with that bandage on his arm. Could be the story tonight.
His primary hamp too. Out to Bateman.
Here goes Bateman. Gives it to Hassan. Hassan the lefty working against number 13.
Oh, pull up.
Mid-range. Just misses front. Great
Farron,
rebound.
rebound.
Farron. That's a foul. Farron will
There
shoot
we
two.
go. Farron to the line. All year Farron a consistent shooter. Honestly, an above excellent shooter from the free throw line. Let's see if he can continue at this game.
With 1:02 remaining in the third quarter, Farron with his first free throw. Can expect a yell from the Freeman. There it is.
No surprise.
As Farron drains his first free throw. Shutting that student section up. It's number 0, Bobby Fishburne, checks into the game. I played 4th grade basketball with Bobby Fishburne, Harrison. That is ridiculous. He also plays lacrosse here at Freeman, committed to Hampton Sydney, along with Colby C. 2 Hampton Sydney guys. As Farron drains the second free throw. 33-30 to the Mavericks. Inbounds to Skrinnel. Skrinnel working against Colby on this full court press. Oh, gets a foul.
Colby not
Colby
happy
C.
with that call. I mean,
You like the full court pressure for the Jaguars, though. Down by 3.
Sometimes watching these refs, it's like you spin a wheel. You never know if it's a foul or not, and then they call it and you're surprised. Not much of a comment left to be made.
Skrinnel working against Friend. Bobby Fishburne runs to the corner. Great defense by C on Thoreau. 49 seconds left in the quarter. Great defense by Farron.
Glen Allen coming out in this. It looks like a zone look, a zone set. A lot of the first half was defined by man. Get your guy.
And we've seen the Jaguars work in that zone.
Oh, PK.
As PK gets another deflection, it'll still stay with Freeman.
Right in front of this.
But you love this pressure from the Jaguars coming out of that timeout. As the refs interacting with the little baby after getting hit with the ball. You love to see it from the good guys in the stripes.
Maybe court tight. I don't know if that was the right play, my friend.
Takes a deep 3. Banks it.
Backboard.
Skrinnel for 3. Off the bank. Bank is open on a Tuesday night here.
It is the Abram Skrinnel show tonight.
It definitely is. As Farron takes it, mid-range pull up on the free throw line. Dang.
About time he made one. He was on a
silences that crowd.
32-36.
Jaguars still working that full court press. Easily broken by that Freeman team.
No good. See,
Rebound Jack Bateman. 12 seconds remain in this third quarter. Farron slows it down. 8 seconds left. 7, 6.
Jags, I think, just looking to put up some points here.
Farron takes a deep three. Buzzer beater for Farron.
Scriddled in his face. I mean,
35-36.
what a way to end the quarter.
What a way to end the quarter. Jaguars coming off that scoring run to end the quarter. Farron Friend, what a shot.
Jaguars.
Scrinnell in his face.
Jaguars trailing in this quarter. You know, not a look we've seen a lot this season. Not a lot of trailing.
No.
And then the fourth quarter rolls around, and that is the telltale sign for most of these games. Is the fourth quarter.
This is the huge story for the Jaguars. Can they come out with that spark they just ended the quarter with? Can they fight against this Freeman team? This Mavericks team, they've been bringing it to Glen Allen. We haven't really seen that this year. Glen Allen has been the aggressor all year, but really tonight we've seen Freeman as the aggressor, putting it on Glen Allen with Glen Allen's backs on the wall. We're gonna have to see how this last quarter plays out.
And I've just got to agree. I mean, Freeman coming out looking great, good sets.
Very well coached Freeman, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for more from your players if you are the Freeman head coach.
Definitely.
You know, I think now's a good time to take a flashback of our female Jaguars.
Wow, what a win. Huge win earlier this evening.
Brooklyn Brown showing. I mean,
Brooklyn Brown is the future. You heard it here first. She is one of the hottest freshmen in the game.
Cool our phones because we were right. All right.
Brooklyn Brown, already seeing D1 interest with 5 D1 offers, already starting her freshman year. Brooklyn Brown, congratulations. Congratulations to the Lady Jags.
Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter here. Freeman sending out a similar lineup that we've
Bobby
seen all
Fishburne
game.
stays in the game.
Fishburne, Thoreau, you know.
Sullivan stays in there.
Sullivan.
Blanchard gets a quick break. Hassan stays in there for the Jaguars as well. You love to see it.
Colby staying in as well. I mean,
Colby's been a monster on the board tonight.
Great.
Here goes Farron. Gets the ball to Jack Bateman in that high post area. I'd love to see Jack work his guy here. Look to score, Jack. There you go. Gets it to Colby. Back to Farron. I think this is the story of the fourth quarter. Scrinnell versus Farron. Farron takes a step back three. Just misses. Great rebound by Colby.
Here we go, Colby. Back to Farron.
Here goes Colby. Working against number 10. That's a foul.
There we go. I mean, Farron finding the look, just getting fouled on the way
Definitely.
to get there. I mean, you can't ask for more.
I mean, Farron versus Scrinnell. We've been saying it all night. That's the matchup.
You know, let me check in my notes. I think we had a different matchup tonight. We had
Drew Nunnally, I think.
We had
Drew Nunnally or Alex Blanchard. As Farron shoots his first free throw.
We also had Joven being a great.
We haven't seen much of Joven tonight.
Yeah, no, haven't seen much of a Joven Johnson.
As Farron knocks down his first free throw to tie the game at 36.
7 minutes left.
7.5 minutes.
36. I mean, these observations about Freeman couldn't be more true. Slower.
Farron knocks down the second free throw.
Really
give the Jags back that lead, 37-36.
Freeman's almost like a python, Like they just slowly constrict your team, wear them down. They play highly efficient ball. I mean, look at Jackson PK putting his heart on the line for that
pass by
ball.
Freeman. Somehow collects it. Gets it to back to Scrinnell. Working on Jackson PK. Here goes Bobby Fishburne. Great pass to Thoreau.
Fishburne.
Misses. Rebound Freeman. Rebound by Jack Bateman. Great board, Jack.
That's a Farron.
Farron pushes the pace.
Freeman coming out with a different look, not playing all 94 feet of this court.
Manton calls out 2 for the Jaguars. Let's see what play Manton's got. Farron driving in. Great take by Farron. That's a foul.
Farron going to draw the contact, get the foul, and go to the line.
Great play call by Coach Manton. Really clearing out the
Jaguars to bump this lead up to 3.
Farron's going to shoot 2 again. Drew Nunnally's third foul. That could be a story. Here comes Alex Blanchard checking in the game.
What we had was Abram Scrinnell in foul trouble. We are not getting that tonight.
No, he's been working offensively. Farron knocks down his first free throw. Extends Jaguars' lead to 2 points, 38-36. Alex Blanchard checks in for Bobby Fishburne. Good minutes from Fishburne off the bench. Great pass to number 10. Great throw. As Farron, no surprise there, knocks down a second free throw. 39-36 Jaguars. Blanchard inbound against this Glen Allen press. Gets the ball across half court to number 15, Drew Nunnally. Back to Blanchard. To Sullivan. Open corner. Off his leg. Farron gets the steal. That's a foul. Foul on Quentin Sullivan. Farron will go back to the line, I think. Nope. Never mind.
Fouls building up for this Freeman team. 3 fouls to 0.
Huge minutes from Jackson PK tonight. We thought RJ Mickleberry and Jovan Johnson would be those guys, but we've seen PK really coming into the starting role with some fire. Farron takes a deep three, just missed the back rim. Alex Blanchard finds the ball.
Blanchard coming up.
Blocked by, as Farron gets a foul called on him. Great take by Alex Blanchard. Farron doesn't like the call. He claims he got ball, but there was a bump.
Yeah.
That's great defense from the Jags, though.
I mean, smart take from Blanchard, too. I mean, he knows how to get in and get that foul. You know, even if it was all ball, there was still a bump there.
As Blanchard misses his first free throw, short.
Number 5, you got to jive, my man. Come on now. Down
Blanchard
3.
with his second free throw.
One make would be crucial. Gonna get it.
Cuts the lead to 2 as a timeout is called.
You want bottle of water, Diet Coke? I'm good. All right.
Timeout for the Jaguars as they extend their lead coming off that fourth quarter. We've seen a better start from the Jaguars. Besides that first couple minutes, they've really scored the ball. Farron Friend, Jack Bateman with some good rebounds, Colby C with great rebounds, Jackson PK really extending this lead for the Jaguars. And we've seen a defensive battle tonight, and I think it will become more of a defensive battle down the stretch with this 2-point lead with 6.5 minutes remaining. A full timeout taken by the Mavericks. Same starting 5 for the Mavericks coming back out on the floor. You'd love to see some energy from the Jaguars here as they come back out on this fourth quarter. Hassan White standing on the floor. Huge minutes from him tonight. Jackson PK to take the ball at the floor, working against Graydon Thuron. Gets the ball to Colby C. Wide open look. Passes up on it. Kicks the ball to Jack Bateman. Hassan in the mid post, working. Brings the ball back out. Sets up the offense. Slow the game down. Hassan working against Sullivan. Farron against Trinnell. Manton calls out the play. Screen by Colby. Kicks it back to Colby. Tip by the Freeman Mavericks. Jaguars will reset. Jackson PK working against Thuron. Here comes a screen by Jack Bateman. Gets it to Bateman on that roll. Back to Farron. Jaguars really slowing the pace down. Oh, stolen by Blanchard. Here comes Skrinnell. Huge dunk by Skrinnell. Steal in transition. And the Freeman Mavericks love it. Didn't even see that. Wow. As RJ Mickleberry checks into the game for Farron Friend. Freeman students chanting on his head. And Skrinnell knocks down his free throw. Gets that lead back for the Freeman Mavericks. Mickleberry taking the ball up the floor. Stolen by Blanchard. Baseline out of bounds coming in for the Mavericks. Not a great start coming out that timeout. Here comes Sean Washington checking in the game for Jackson PK, senior for the Jaguars. Really hasn't seen a lot of minutes this year, but he's just a 3-and-D kind of guy. Will get you a bucket, and he'll stop your main ball handler on defense. Here's Blanchard for 3. Bang. As Blanchard extends the lead to 4. And this place is bumping. As RJ takes it up. Here goes Sean. Sean takes it in. Kicks it to Colby. Mickleberry working against Blanchard. Gets it back to Mickleberry. Here goes Hassan. Hassan working against Sullivan. Good take by Hassan. Great rebound by Colby C. When we get a foul.
On who?
On Drew Nunnally. As Theron checks out for Bennett Friday. Great minutes from Hassan White as he checks out for Fair and Friend. Gets the ball to RJ. Working against Blanchard. Gets it to Colby. Back to Farron. Working on Skrinnel.
Matchup of the night here.
Screen by Colby. Farron loses his dribble. That's a foul. Foul called on Freeman Mavericks, number 15. Freeman doesn't like it, but the Jaguars definitely will. Farron going to the line for 2.
Student section saying, Farron, you sweet as cake. Do you think those comments are getting to him?
I mean,
calling him a fruitcake or calling him soft?
I think Farron's focused on these free throws right here. Let's see, the Jaguars need these free throws. As he drains the first one. Cuts the lead to 3 for the Mavericks.
Down to only 1 shot.
Sean Washington checks into the game. He's been getting some minutes as we've seen this year. I like the move from Coach Mann, getting a new look in at guard. As Farron misses back rim on his free throw. The game stays 43. There you go, Sean Washington. Ooh. Gets the ball to Friday in that mid post. Just misses that. Great board, Colby C. Wow, Colby. He's a monster on the glass tonight. Sean Washington working that mid post. RJ to the cup. It's a great take. Just missed it. Great rebound by Blanchard. 3:45 remaining. 3-point lead for the Mavericks. Blanchard working against Farron. That'll be a back. Whoa. All right, yep, over and back. Referee's got it. Turnover for the Mavericks. Hate to see it for Coach George.
The Mavericks look comfortable in this high, tense situation here.
I mean, they've been in these close games down the stretch all season long, and the Jaguars really haven't been. So this
game's coming down to less than 10 points.
This is a good test for the Jaguars right here. This possession is really going to matter.
To this defense.
Jack Bateman.
Reynolds on C.
Great screen by Colby C. Gets the ball to
Just able to do nothing with the 4-on-5 there.
As Sean slips, a little wet spot on the court. Farron takes in.
Ball low. No foul.
No foul. That'll stay with the Jaguars though. As the referee stopped the game for a little wet spot on the floor. As Alex Blanchard cleans it up with a Glen Allen jersey.
Freeman coach is a little stressed out right now.
Pacing. Man looks cool, calm, and collected at the end of that bench. As Colby C is about to inbound this ball right here for the Jaguars. What are your thoughts on this fourth quarter, Harrison? Jaguars got out to a lead, and then Freeman came right back at them.
I mean, Freeman up 3. I mean, one of the few times this game that they've been leading, and it seems like they're going to hold on to it. You know,
they made it really difficult for this Jaguars offense.
Oh, 100%.
Giving Farron double teams almost every time he enters that paint.
Jaguar offense is like
it's just having a rough time. They can't run their sets.
this Jaguars offense is like a young car turned old. You know, it runs fine, and it gets good.
It's a deflection. That's a great call by the referee, not calling that backcourt. RJ didn't have possession. RJ working that mid-range, just off.
Less than 3 minutes here. Crunch time.
As ISO Sean picks up full court. Got a foul on Sean Washington here.
Foul on number 11 for Sean Washington, his first, team's third.
First foul on Sean Washington coming off that bench. And here's Skrinnell to inbound. Jovan Johnson checking into the game for the Jaguars. For Colby. Great minutes from Colby right there. Getting some great offensive rebounds there, Harrison. Farron guarding that inbound on Skrinnell. Here's Sullivan. Blanchard for three. Just misses. Rebound Jovan.
We are in crunch time.
Great rebound. That's going to be a jump ball. Jump ball.
Hard on both of these.
Goes to the Mavericks.
Mavericks are.
They're fighting for those loose balls, Harrison. Jaguars need to have a little more heart. Need to secure that rebound. They're being a little lackadaisical, a little too soft on these offensive rebounds. They need to just grab them, put it back up. Here's Skrinnell working against RJ. Taking RJ to the paint. Great defense by RJ. Blocked by Jack Bateman. RJ gives it to Farron. Timeout for the Jaguars. I like that timeout from Coach Mann.
Jaguars, that's being kill or be killed territory here. I mean, yeah, you want to get something on the board.
Let's hope the Jaguars can stay hot here.
You know, common great music choices from the
I've been thinking that as well. Shout out to that Mavericks AD. I mean, we've got some great tunes here. Let's see what the Jaguars can draw up coming out of this timeout. They need a bucket. They don't need a three, although down by 3, but they've got a good chunk of time remaining to cut this lead down and eventually pull out this win. As Coach Mann's talking to his crew.
You know, do we think we're going to see a different lineup here?
I think he'll stick with the guys he's got on the floor. I mean, you got Jovan down low, you got Jack Bateman down low, but you also have guys like Farron, like RJ Mickelberry, who can knock down that deep throw.
This lead is going to be crucial for this Glen Allen team. You know, Freeman, you put so much emphasis on it. They are getting these rebounds. They're getting these loose balls.
They're fighting for every single ball.
These hotel balls that come from these loose hands. Butterfingers almost on the rebounds. Really showing here.
We need to see some fight from the Jaguars here. Let's hope they establish that winning mentality.
Student section silent here. Freeman really on the edge of their seats, even though they're standing up.
Oh, here they go. Already chirping Farron.
Same lineup we saw.
The first of 2 matchups against the Freeman Mavericks this year.
2 timeouts left for each team. 2 minutes and running.
Farron brings the ball up. Gets the ball to Jack Bateman in that post.
Oh!
Just misses the pass. I like the look.
Love the look, but no good.
Execution just isn't there for them Jaguars. That's almost a whole new lineup coming in for the Jaguars. Jabari Harris, Hassan White, and Jackson PK checking in for this full court press here. Let's hope these guys can get a quick steal here. Hassan White guarding the ball. Freeman student section relieved that Jabari Harris is back in the game. They've been chanting "We want 0" all night. Show him, Bari. Show him why.
Smaller ball lineup here outside of Farron.
It's for that press. Let's go. Hassan guarding the ball. Tight. Farron, get that steal. Oh! Referee calls a foul.
Is that PK? Or is that Farron?
It's on Jackson PK, his 3rd foul. Still not across half court for the Mavericks though. That'll be a big thing to look at right here. Jackson PK guarding Alex Blanchard on the ball. Let's see if they find Skrinnell here. Yep.
Down low.
Gets it back to Sullivan.
Down low with
That's a good matchup. Hassan guarding Quinn Sullivan.
So, Jack having to leave the paint. This might open something up.
Mavericks really slowing the game down. Great defense, Brad.
Both hands up for Jack.
Offensive rebound for the Mavericks. Gets it to Blanchard for 3. That might be the dagger, Harrison. Alex Blanchard, what a shot. And this Mavericks crowd loves it. Farron, makes his man stumble. Rebound Mavericks. As Farron fouls. And Alex Blanchard waving his hands. This game could be getting away from the Jaguars. Farron Friend's third foul.
Student section getting hype.
As Quinn Sullivan goes to shoot his free throws. Lefty. Knocks down his first. 7-point lead, 3-possession game for the Jaguars. As Hassan White checks out for RJ Mickelberry. Jaguars need a quick bucket.
Sonny, you know. Bring him back. A lot of energy.
Sonny Watts. What a name. As Quentin Sullivan takes his second free throw. Jaguars need a quick bucket here, Harrison, if they want to stay in this game.
Hoping he can miss and get a rebound.
Trails it. 8-point game. Get it to Farron. Let's see if they set up this offense quickly.
Boy, would this be a hell of a comeback.
Farron takes him. It's a great take. No foul called by the Jaguars.
Friday has the ball.
Foul going the other way. Friend is just dumbfounded. He wanted that foul badly there with a minute remaining. Freeman crowd loves it. Bennett Friday to the line. And it's looking like this Freeman team advances to 8-0. Heartbreak for the Jaguars.
One more bucket, it's going to be a 4-score game.
As Bennett Friday knocks down his first free throw, making it 49-40. Lane violation coming out.
Someone just yelled, "What?" Student section gets
Still a 3-possession game. That's big. That could be big. RJ turns the ball over. Can't have that, Harrison. You just can't have that. You can't have that.
Romantic. You better take it out on him.
And that's been the story all night.
Jaguars, horses, man.
Jaguars turning the ball over. I mean, as Alex Blanchard shoots his free throws. Knocks down his first one.
4-score game for the Jags.
50-40. And this one really got away from the Jaguars late in this first quarter.
Breaking the 100-point threshold.
Huh? It's a low-scoring game like we've seen. Jaguars just been tested offensively. This Freeman defense has been legit. Mickelberry working against Sullivan. PK misses. Rebound Bateman. Bateman misses. Farron misses. Another rebound by Farron. We got a foul.
Jaguars crumble. And it looks like that's going to be the game. Don't want to call it too early, though.
38 seconds remaining. Farron Friend's going to go to the line. 2 shots for Farron.
2 shots for Farron. Could cut this down to a 3-score game. That's what they need. Needs to make those moves.
Farron shooting his free throws. Drains the first.
So he's actually not going to get to him on his first shot, but it will get to him on this second shot. I'm sure of it. I don't think he'll miss, but I think he'll be rattled.
Second shot coming for Farron. Drains it.
3-score game now.
Got a timeout, or sub coming in. Who's that? Number 10, Graydon Thoreau. Great job by Drew Nunnally checking out of the game. Let's see if Freeman can break that press.
Oh, wide open.
Wide open. Skrinnel.
Waste time.
29 seconds remain. Alex Blanchard.
And it looks like that's going to be
Yeah, Jaguars backing off, not fouling.
And it looks like it's going to be it. No foul.
Oh.
No foul call.
Skrinnel. Jaguars ball. Steal by Jackson Piquet going out of bounds. 9-point game with 14 seconds remaining. It's not looking likely, but we'll see. Farron takes it to the paint. He gets fouled. Freeman section not happy. They just want to go home. Let's get out of here, they're saying. Let's go to Cookout, am I right? Is that what they're saying? As Farron goes back to the line. I feel like we've been saying that all night, Harrison.
Cut it down to a still 3-score game.
Farron knocks down his first. 8-point game.
8 points.
As Drew Nunnally checks back in for Bobby Thorne.
You know, there's a chance he misses this. The Jags put it up, and it's a one-score game. No, it would be a two-score game.
Nice math there, Harrison. As Farron makes the second, making it a 7-point game. Drew Nunnally is just going to dribble the ball out here. Bart Harris almost gets a steal. And that's going to be the story. Freeman 51, Jaguars fall to 7-3. Freeman advances to 8-0. What a win for Freeman. Tough loss for the Jaguars. And we'll get into our post-game action here. Harrison, what did you see tonight that really led to this Jaguars loss right here?
You know, was the second half. I mean, that's been the narrative all season long. The second half couldn't keep the foot on the gas. But instead of the second half being the question, I think it wasn't there at all tonight.
Jaguars quarter, they played flat a little bit. They came out of that fourth quarter, just couldn't find scoring outside of Fair and Friend, and that's really been the story all year. So we appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back on Friday for Deep Run. Stay tuned to Jaguar Network.